Okay, alright, okay, alright, okay, fuck, dude. Oh my god. We gotta talk about it, bro. We have to talk about it. We have to talk about it because so much around this shit has just been absolute fucking garbage and just poison. It has been making my soul purge and vomit. You know you can literally add whatever sound you want to the soundboard, right? Right, but like there's methods. There's methods I have. I could just play nothing because you're not worth a sound. And then play a laugh track. There you go. All of you suck. My thoughts exactly. Listen, if I say you, I mean you. And if I say all, I mean all. And so with that being said, again, all of you suck. You are all shitty human beings. You're doing a bad job at it. What do I mean by that? Well, I mean, of course, I'm talking about Israel-Palestine. Wow. That's what we're talking about today. We don't have much to talk about. I don't want to talk about much, except I do want to talk about this. And the fact that you all are doing a bad job at humaning. Holy fuck, dude. I have seen some insane shit. By the way, I'm being hyperbolic. I don't mean you as in you in the chat. You are the only good humans. First and foremost, can we get one thing out of the way? Cenk Uygur is not going to be fucking president, okay? I'm laughing at that. I'm laughing at that. That's really fucking stupid. He's fucking stupid. He's not even like, he doesn't qualify. He doesn't qualify. Oh yeah, you're gonna try to get 25% of the fucking primary vote and challenge Joe Biden. Bro, you're not even US born. It's not gonna happen, bro. It's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. This is just a way for him to sell his book more. But that's not Israel-Palestine. This is. Oh wait, from like a while ago. Yeah. This is Shireen Abdul Akleh, famous journalist who was shot in the head by Israeli forces over a year ago. We covered this in my I Don't Fuck With You video. She was the voice of an entire generation of Palestinians. She was wearing a vest with press on it when she was killed. Police later attacked pallbearers at her funeral. As you can see right here, we remember this. We remember this. Just a lovely sight of just, you know, desecrating someone's last moments of existence on this plane of existence. So it's been obvious that they don't give a fuck about Palestinian people, all right? A defining moment for violence against Palestinians, yeah. Like, they don't give a fuck. Okay, listen, hey.
I'm gonna drop a hot take that people aren't gonna like.
The Israeli government are all Nazis, okay? I said it. I know what Nazi means. I know what fascist means, which is why, like, I call them Nazis. Like, they literally, like, we're done. We're done with this. We're done with this, okay? Israel should be fucking dismantled and no longer made a state. That's right. I fucking said it. I said it. Fuck Israel, dude. Fuck Israel. Fuck Israel. Fuck Israel. Hey, fuck Israel. Fuck Israel. I hope it burns after all, like, the civilians and stuff leave. I don't want anyone innocent getting hurt or murdered or raped like Hamas has been doing. So, like, okay, so here's the thing. We're gonna get into the nuance of this fucking discussion. There's a lot of nuance here. We're not leaving one stone unturned, okay? So here's this. Not too long ago, well, relative to the duration I've been online as a content creator, this is a while back. But yeah, no, so this happened a while ago, and then this happened right after that happened. And then this happened on the 10th of this October this year. Because they suck. Israel, once again, murdered 2 journalists. And I haven't seen a single journalist mention it. If it was Saudi Arabia, you all would be losing your fucking minds. True, true. A funeral was held for Palestinian journalists. I'm gonna butcher this. I apologize. Saad Tawil and Mohammed Abu Rizik, who were killed in an Israeli airstrike on Gaza while covering the ongoing conflict. I hope this is not TOS, but you know what? To be honest, if Twitch wants to clap me for this, fuck them. This is an important world event. Okay. Yeah, this is fucking sad. This is sad as fuck. This is sad as fuck. Especially seeing how they're obviously just completely anti-press. Honorary High Priest of the Greyecraft cult put this out there. This is a great way to start this off. Benjamin Netanyahu. Address after Israel declares war on Hamas. He's right there. He's looking as youthful as ever. Jesus fucking Christ. That's funny. That's a good meme. That's a good meme. What isn't is Oyemi being based as always. So Oyemi says there's a concerted effort to paint anyone who stands with Palestine and as anti-Semites to scare people out of speaking up. I'm sure anti-Semitism motivates some pro-Palestinian people, but most people simply oppose decades of violent displacement, occupation, and murder of the Palestinian people. This is very simple stuff. What gets me about this whole thing is that like it doesn't take more than like 3 brain cells to really truly get the nuance of this situation and be able to say, as I'm probably going to title this video, or as the title of this stream is, to be able to conclude that all of you suck. It doesn't take much brain power. Hamas sucks, Israel sucks, and thus they all suck. And people who support either side, mind you, I'm specifically excluding the term Palestinians. Anyone who supports Hamas or Israel, all of you suck. Period. All of the religions involved here have teachings that basically advocate for a secular state with religious freedom, justice, and equality. It sucks that my position is the minority among Christians. Yeah. So let's get one thing straight. Not every Christian. I can't say that. That would be unfair to say that. It would be inaccurate and unfactual and inaccurate to say all Christians. But there is a significant amount of Christians, unfortunately, that view this situation and automatically side with Israel, not because they care about Israeli people or Jews or anything like that. No, it's because, hey, yo, Jesus is coming back, which means I get the golden ticket to the chocolate factory. Like, that's what it is. Like, they're in it for themselves. Fuck them. I hope they end up getting a very fiery surprise when they're dead. Most Muslims want a secular state. That's the other thing. It's not like most Palestinian people specifically don't support Hamas, as far as I'm aware. Maybe someone has something that is to the contrary, but as far as my knowledge goes, no. They're like Hamas bad, actually. Same with us non-Abrahamic faiths. Oh wait, if you're talking in response to a secular state, yeah. Jesus coming back, therefore I can violate Geneva Conventions. That's literally happening. We have to get one thing straight. Okay, 42% of Gaza is under the age of 15. Okay, 42% of Gaza is under the age of 15. Did I say 18? I meant to say 15. 42%. This is an interesting one. Of Gaza is under the age of 15. Okay, but alongside that, 42% of Gaza is under the age of 15. So if you take this point and you think to yourself, 42% of Gaza is under the age of 15, which is crazy to think about when you think of the fact that 42% of Gaza is under the age of 15, that's like, wow, 42% of Gaza is under the age of 15. So they're under 15. It's nearly half, and they want to kill them all. So yeah, fuck Israel. More than 40% of Gaza is 14 and under. Israeli government cut off their water, power, and food yesterday. 2 million elderly and children living in an open-air prison that Israel routinely bombs. It's the most sophisticated baby-killing machine out there. In response to Ben Shapiro, dumb fuck as usual. If you can't see the difference between terrorists who behead babies, not substantiated, by the way, I don't know for sure. celebrate it, and hide behind their own children to avoid consequence, and soldiers who attempt to avoid civilian casualties. You are not morally sophisticated. You are a fool, and a dangerous fool at that. Okay. And then he says, and I don't believe you. I don't believe you see it. I don't believe you can see. I thought you said CNN. I believe you can see the difference, but you choose not to because you have a vested interest. You're supposed to, blah, 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 whatever. This is a nothing burger. It's just, listen, let me tell you why Palestinians should die, and I'm right about it. Justin Bieber, praying for Israel. Dude, this is Gaza. This is Gaza. Straight up. Let me post a pic of Gaza completely destroyed from airstrikes and ask you to pray for Israel. How about you suck my dick? How about you pray to my fucking semen in your throat? How about you fucking worship my phallic the penis joke in your mouth? Whatever. Fuck you, Justin Bieber, okay? He's one of them born agains, dude. Like, these born agains are always those types that are just like, yo, literally anything that's remotely related to my faith, I'm going to defend it, even if it like causes millions of people to suffer. And the more suffering, the better, because that gets me closer to the rapture, because more suffering is said in the Bible to precede the second coming of Christ. So more suffering equals better outcome for my imaginary friend. So it's like, okay, bro, yeah, cool. Your morals are absolutely fucking dog shit. Yeah, he's an evangelical, hardcore one, yeah. To further reiterate, not just Israel and many fundamentalist positions on Israel, as well as the Palestinian people, let's look at our good old conservative politics. Let's look at that.
We're in a religious war here. I am with Israel. Do whatever the hell you have to do to defend yourself. Level the place. We're in a religious war here. I am with Israel. Do whatever the hell you have to do to defend yourself. Level the place. We're in a religious war here. I am with Israel. Do whatever the hell you have to do to defend yourself. Level the place.
Level the place. That's demons. Demons. Absolute demons. I'm not surprised though, because this is what happens in a post 9/11 world. Everything that is Islamophobic is now justified the moment that someone who's remotely Islamic or Middle Eastern does something even a little bit fucked up. Oh, hey, you know what? Now Arabs should all be fucking glassed off the face of the planet because there's this one little group of crazies that, you know, invaded Israel and shot up the fucking place. But hey, yo, in the United States, if like literally every single mass shooting that happens because of far-right Christian fundamentalist white motherfuckers. Hey, yo, hey, yo, please don't genocide us. Fuck you. What makes you so much more special? Well, because you're Christian, because you're white, because you're American. That's what makes you more special. You're a self-centered piece of shit, and I hope you get fucking deported. To be quite frank, like literally everything that these motherfuckers say about the Palestinians, or specifically Hamas, could be equally applied to our country's fundamentalist, far-right, fascist, theocratic, fucking militias and shit. Absolutely. It doesn't stop there. By the way, this motherfucker, short fat otaku, I don't know why I've been seeing him so much recently. I hate his profile pic. I kind of want to punch his face. And he has the okay sign right here. Must be a white supremacist. But no, for real. Karl Marx on the Jewish question. By the way, if you really want to understand the leftist response towards Israel the past 2 days, read Karl Marx on the Jewish question. Yeah, okay. So I highly doubt that this motherfucker knows anything Hamas did nothing wrong. You are a fucking psycho. Mind you, I also fucking hate Israel, but you are psychotic for saying Hamas did nothing wrong. You are a fucking psycho. That is the most sociopathic shit that you could possibly... Wow. Libcraft banning Hamas supporters, damn. Fucking...
Absolutely.
Goddamn right. And I'm cute as fuck about it. I'm the cutest anti-fucking Hamas, anti-Israel motherfucker on here. They were called the Mujahideen back then. I don't know. I do know that name, but I didn't know they were called Mujahideen. There's things I don't know, but there are general things I do. Daesh, ISIS, and Taliban, yeah. And that's the thing, like most of these terror orgs are like CIA backed. Like not all of them. I think it would be kind of foolish to just say all of them. But if you said all of them, I'd be like, yeah, because it's so many. It's not all, but it's so many. May as well just say all. Oh my god, dude. So yeah, no. So this motherfucker says Karl Marx and the Jewish question is the leftist response to Israel. And this guy says, you mean the text in which Marx argues for the emancipation of the Jews? Wow. Yo. You may as well just told him to suck your fucking dick. That's crazy. That's crazy, because I would tell him to do the same. That's wild. This is the right-wing response to Israel and Palestine. From the account, Europe can only be white. Wow, that's crazy. Yo, Elon, did you know that you have an account on your website that says long live Europe _ Europe can only be white? Wow. When they say you either have to support Israel or Palestine, there's a third option. Yes, there is a third option. It doesn't include you. It's how about fuck all of you because all of you suck. Jesus Christ. And like, look at this fucking look at this motherfucker's page. Pro-white and proud to be white. The truth will set us free. Oh my god. Like deathly afraid of black people. Like, it's just so wild, dude. They retweet Illuminati bot, fucking majestic white owl. Literally, it's like, hey, everything that's white, even like just the color, not the color, like not the skin color, but just the color white. Cool in my book. White privilege is a myth. This was 1936. Fuck off. Shut up. Oh my god. Fucking anti-vax misinformation. This motherfucker, by the way, who is like a part of like Canada's fucking conservative fucking party. Like they shared this link where it was like, oh, the first politician to ever formally apologize for forcing the COVID vaccines. Anti-vax is her entire fucking career. She happens to be a conservative politician in Canada. Suck my fucking dick. There's a conflict of interest. So anyways, there isn't a third option, at least not one that includes you. You fucking white supremacist piece of shit. I hope you burn alive in a video game. Like, look at it. Blacks and whites. Yin yangs? No, take out that G, you dumb fuck. White, agriculturalist. Black, hunter-gatherer. White, cities. Black, jungles. White, science. Black, magic. White, nations. Black, tribes. Europe, most urbanized. Africa, most rural. Bro. Elon, dude, we have to steal Twitter from them. We have to nationalize Twitter. It needs to be government run. There you go. Did you know we had a polio resurgence because of those fucks? Yeah, I'm not surprised. I remember hearing about that. We also had a case of fucking Legionnaire's disease. This dude be like, I am of the Aryan race. Then my North Indian ass shows up, and I blow his mind because I'm a left. Right, yeah, no shit. Yeah, the whole Aryan thing's a fucking myth anyways. Like, dude, you may as well just be like, yo, bro, hey, I am a Teletubby. We got aristocracy here, okay? Now listen, I have had beef with her in the past. I publicly apologized to her. Some point a while back, you know, because I was kind of a dick. From what I remember in our last conversation. Hi, Epic Prawn. Hello. Dog, not Eris again? Yeah, it's Eris again. Okay, so here's the thing. There have been conversations I have either been a part of or have witnessed involving Eris that, like... So I understand she's Jewish, okay? All right, I want to make that clear. I understand that she is Jewish. Okay, I get it. I get it. Okay, and I also get. We're gonna get to this in a second. That Ethan Klein. I don't know if he's Jewish. I think what it is that he has family or people close to him who live in Israel, or maybe like they have like a place they go to regularly in Israel. His wife's Israeli. He has a vested interest, and I can understand that from a personal standpoint, being associated with and being emotionally invested in or being Jewish might give you a bias, okay? And I understand that. But holy shit, Ethan is Jewish? Oh, okay. I actually didn't know that. Okay. Word. So, okay, Ethan's Jewish. Gotcha. Okay. Aristocracy is Jewish. But like the extent of her like being pro-Jewish people, pro-Israel, I have challenged her on this. I and a lot of other people have challenged her on being as seemingly pro-Israel as she is, and she tries to clarify it by being like, no, I'm not like pro-Israel in the sense of I'm anti-Palestine or anti-Palestinian. It's not like that at all. No, it's just that something that is like makes the Palestinian people look very bad and makes Israel look good. And like, I'm kind of like, bro, what? I know plenty of Jewish people who disagree with Harris's point. I bet. Because, like, I don't know, Jewish people, or any minority group, rather, aren't a fucking monolith. You know, that whole thing. Hamas is calling for a genocide of civilian Jews in Israel. I don't know if that's true or not. If it is, fuck Hamas. Anyone who participates in their narrative that civilians are colonizers, we've heard this narrative before from people like Professor Flowers and shit. Fuck them too. And fair targets are serving their narrative and participant. So that's not based. That's not based. She posts this. Well, most likely the vast majority of Palestinians don't want that. No. That's the thing. I want that to be clear. And anytime that I say Hamas and anytime I say Palestinians, I'm saying that for a reason. I'm making that distinction for a reason, because as far as I'm aware, the overwhelming majority of Palestinian people are like, fuck you, Hamas. They don't like Hamas. Not so much because they don't like not having someone who acts on their behalf for once in the fucking world, but if they had a choice to get someone more representative of them as a people in their movement towards liberation, they would choose someone in a heartbeat. They don't want Hamas. They're glad there's someone there, I'm sure, but it's also like, can we please get someone better? It's like Biden. Oh my God. During the 2020 election, we were like, really? Trump? Biden? We had Bernie Sanders. But you know what? If I have to find, okay, Biden, because Trump is definitely worse. At least there's someone in our corner. But we could totally get better, you know? It's almost like that, as far as I'm aware. I could be wrong on that. Aristocracy puts this up as well, and she says, we are such a small population. Every voice standing up for us means the world. Thank you for these strong words. They affect me greatly. To such post. If someone who participated in the grotesque, ecstatic, sadistic celebration of barbarism and murder on social media ever again tells you that words are violence, you should slap their face. Okay, so casually just like, hey, let's call for violence. People are people, and not just words. And your dumb fuck, fart-sniffing pseudo-philosophy of words can go to hell. I find it utterly obscene how the most horrific, frenzied mass murder since Srebrenica, I'm probably butchering that, I'm sorry, can to some people be justified and fully legitimized by simply slapping the term decolonized, settler, Zionist, or Jew on it. What shocks me even more is how it was watched, observed, and celebrated. I live in a country where millions were shoved into furnaces because people slapped the term Jew on them. The Holocaust historian Ian Kershaw famously wrote that the road to Auschwitz was built with hate and paved with indifference. But there was absolutely no indifference here. There was a frenzy of joy and ecstasy. People posted, followed, and even memed mass murder with glee and pleasure. If anyone here has exacted violence through the use of words, it is you, because it is ironically you who obsesses over how words are supposedly violence, who decided that just because you could slap some term constructed by Berkeley dimwits upon a human being, that human being can now be raped, tortured, murdered, even if they're just a 7-month-old infant. I am honestly in a lot of distress. Not just over what I have seen last week, but because I have spent a lot of time as a history student with the history of Holocaust. Frankly, I am terrified of you. You proved this week that Auschwitz can happen again, and that people would celebrate it for social media likes and Twitch donations. Okay, so let's be clear real quick. Okay, we're gonna get into the thick of it. Okay, we're getting into the thick of it. The fact of the matter is that attacking Israeli citizens who have nothing to do with this shit is wrong. And Hamas is wrong for that. The IDF is a war crime generator. They're wrong by just existing. Because it seems like every action they take is a fucking crime against humanity. They are also bad. Srebrenica was terrible. Feels bad, man. 8,000 Bosniak Muslims died in that program. Whoa. I'm afraid I'm not at all familiar with it. Oh yeah, no, that's fucked. Mass graves, yeah, that's fucked. Damn, bro. A list of missing or killed people during the massacre compiled by the Bosnian Federal Commission of Missing Persons contains 8,372 names. As of July 2012, 6,838 genocide victims have been identified through DNA analysis of body parts recovered from mass graves. That's fucking wild, dude. Body parts, mass graves, all that shit. Wow. I didn't know that. I never even heard of that. That's wild. Damn, that's fucked. That's super fucked. Now you know how fucked Serbian nationalism is. Yeah, that's it's yeah. If I ever hear anything from now on about Serbian nationalism or any sort of nationalistic interest from that region, I'm gonna be a little bit sus of it. It's almost like when you spend half a century corralling people into a blockaded strip, it creates the conditions that leads to sympathy with the terror cell, which of course is bad, obviously. Right, yeah, it's bad. But it's also kind of like, hold up. I don't want people to take this analogy literally, like not like a one-to-one thing, but it's kind of like some Palestinian people turning to Hamas is almost like me also trying to be understanding while also condemning the rioting and the looting of Black Lives Matter back in 2020. I don't want rioting. I don't want looting, but I also might understand why it happens. You know, with a little bit of socioeconomic analysis, I might be able to be like, you know, there's certain conditions that led up to this point. You know, there's certain things that happened that led to this. You know, it didn't just happen out of a vacuum. You know, Hamas is their only fire support right now, right? Yeah, right, exactly. Why do you think people are saying that Hamas is Israel's fault? Not only because Netanyahu fucking, you know, put funding into Hamas, but even if you take that out of it, like the conditions that they have placed the Palestinian people in, like, what the fuck did you think was gonna happen? Oh, so like, okay, so hold on. Here's the thing. It's the same fucking, it's literally the same thing as like a school bully, okay? Your bully is bullying you. He's turning you upside down. Where's your fucking lunch money? You know, puts his finger in your ass, whatever the fuck, okay? You got a school bully who's always fucking your ass up. Hopefully not literally. And your parents are like, well, if you just ignore him and don't give him the attention he wants, you know, eventually he'll get bored and he'll move on. But the bully doesn't get bored because the bully knows that your parents probably told you that. And so now he has a compliant punching bag. Fucking cool beans, right? So he just keeps going and keeps going. Eventually, though, sorry, Twitch, if this sounds like I'm advocating for violence, but like, eventually you gotta fuck him up. Eventually you gotta be like, hey, so I'm not gonna take your shit anymore. I'm literally gonna bloody your lip 20 times in a row. Eventually the bully's gonna be like, oh fuck, I shouldn't fuck with this guy because, you know, he bloodied my lips 20 times in a row. Imagine what else he did to me. Well, you probably don't want to know. Anyways, you gotta fuck up your bully back, dude. Hamas is not the greatest defense. Not at all. Fuck Hamas. But no wonder they exist. So, legally it's self-defense. Yeah, you know. It's not a one-to-one, but like, Israel's been bullying the Palestinian people for fucking decades. No duh. Even anti-Zionist Jews are fucking getting it, dude. Hey, Cab. Fuck those cops. Absolutely. Zionism is just as virulently violent as jihadism. Same brain rot, different religion. Yeah, same shit, different butthole, for sure. All the footage we are able to get from Gaza show us people just waiting for the bombs to fall for death. An Israeli ground invasion would ensure the deaths of thousands of Palestinians. It is horrifying to witness this. Just see this justified and see nothing done to Stop it. This is gonna keep getting worse. This is gonna keep getting worse. This is going to keep getting worse. They've pretty much made it clear at this point, they're not going to stop until every Palestinian is wiped off the face of the earth. They want ethnic cleansing. And the amount of propaganda I have seen, whether it's on mainstream news media, whether it's random commercials, I see media just pumping out pro-Israel fucking sentiment constantly. And it's just like, bro, they are acting onto the Palestinian people what the Nazis did to them. Fuck you. Shut up. It's just dumb. It's so dumb. It's so fucking dishonest, dude. We got people in Gaza who, by the way, like, you know, Israel's talking like, hey, we're going to take away their food. We're going to take away the water. We're going to take away their electricity. And so here they are. War crimes, by the way. They can't do that, at least according to the Geneva Conventions. But, you know, at the same time, they're Israel, so they can just get away with whatever the fuck they want. People in Gaza are trying to do whatever they can to get whatever amount of electricity they can. This is just wild. Like there's literal batteries and shit, bro. Weekly water distribution, Palestine, Gaza, yeah. So that's just filled with water right there. They're just literally using like vehicle batteries to charge their phones so they can maintain communication with the rest of the world. Like it's so in that one tank of water, one tank. It's just like India, Modi, and the Hindutva nationalists want to impose the same segregation and oppression the Brits did in colonial times, especially caste oppression. I mean, it seems like at this point, they don't even want caste oppression. They don't even want a caste system. It's like the shit that I've been seeing the last almost week since this has all started, they just want them dead. Just death. Death. Like, just be done with them. And it's like, fuck, dude. So anyways, President Sunday talks about aristocracy a little bit further. Aristocracy says 800 dead Israelis is a genocide. 800 dead Palestinians are 800 tragic incidents. What happened on Saturday was a genocide by the Gazan government of Hamas. This is talking about, yeah, the 40 beheaded babies, I guess, which isn't really too... hasn't been substantiated. I think every Palestinian civilian casualty is a tragedy and should be minimized as much as possible. Go find another woman to harass while their people have just experienced the worst tragedy since the Holocaust. Shame on you. Yeah, Liz, it's not a good look. It's not a good look. That's, I don't know, there's a piece of me that's almost like, okay, well, President Sunday is kind of just being nitpicky with her words here, but at the same time, like, what happened on Saturday, meaning like the initial invasion and shit like that, almost a week ago, was a genocide by the Gazan government of Hamas, right? So Hamas is genociding Israelis. Every Palestinian civilian casualty is a tragic incident. So Dreamleaf says she's literally doing the meme. To be honest, I'm not sure what we expected of ever since her "there isn't enough room for Palestinians" clip. Ooh, I have not seen that clip. True, at this point, it's beyond just keeping Palestinians down, who, by the way, aren't all Muslims. Many are Christians, Jews, and agnostics, right? This is anti-Semitic from her because she's using death on both sides to play oppression Olympics. Yeah, it's a fair take, yeah. There's a reason I disengaged with the discourse immediately. This is that reason. I gotta say, like, yeah, a lot of the discourse I've been seeing on social media, let me rephrase that, on Twitter, has been very blackpilling. It's been just, why, I mean, this is why I titled the stream, "All of You Suck." This is why I'm probably titling this video, whenever this becomes a video, "All of You Suck," because all of you suck. Yeah, this is just, it's the entire thing is just stupid. It's all based off of like outdated, arbitrary, a long fucking time ago shit that all is central to an imaginary friend. Like, I don't know. Why is it so easy for me to understand that compassion is based? Why is it so easy for me to understand that kindness is effortless? You know, and that like whatever petty grievances and resentments I have, if there's something bigger that requires my kindness for it to operate, I'm gonna set my bullshit aside for the bigger picture, for the greater good. Why is that so effortless for me to understand? And yet I go on Twitter and everyone's literally a fucking sociopath. Why? I'm prepping a lefty Christian segment on this, looking at this from a Christ-like perspective, as well as the different theologies involved here. The answers are in the holy text. People are blinded by institutions of propaganda. People just want a front to be able to disguise their bloodlust. That's my honest take when it comes down to all of this. No matter who it is or from what side, there's only bloodlust and people scared for their lives. And so those with bloodlust, no matter who they are, they're wrong and they should be taken out of the equation. Everyone else, let them fucking talk civil. I don't know. I'll bring up my ultimate take here in a second, okay? We're not there just yet. Apparently this waffle person, I don't know who this waffle person is, but they responded to President Sunday, or rather this person is. So apparently the reply to Aristocracy saying, why aren't you calling this a genocide, was hidden. Waffle was like, Lamau, I was actually ready to argue this. And then Aristocracy blocked Waffle. Always an anime profile pic. It literally is every single time. But I mean, power's hot, so we can maybe make that exception. It truly is amazing stuff. People's biases are, I guess, more important than like what is the truth of the matter, which is that like needless death is bad. So finally, Aristocracy puts this up, okay? After sleepless nights with nightmares, I'm sorry, already you're playing it up. You're playing it up. Stop. You're doing the thing that's like, please feel bad for me. After sleepless nights with nightmares, oh God, okay. All right, hang on. This is how you know Zionism has become normalized. Glad there are plenty of Jewish peeps opposing it. Yeah. Here's the thing. If Ben Shapiro, being a Jew, is able to advocate for Judeo-Christian values, which includes circumcision of baby boys, which is anti-Jewish, it's an anti-Jewish belief, then no wonder you have people who are or aren't Jewish, and yet their common denominator is their belief in Zionism. The fact is that Zionism is antithetical to many ancient religious texts. It's just, they turn out, correct me if I'm wrong, I could be wrong on this, but it turns out that a lot of these texts are like older versions that were like done away with by the institution that canonized said holy text, you know? Like there are gospels in the Bible that never made it into the Bible because those who canonized it said, nah, bro, fuck that. Like the Gospel of Judas, for instance, the Gospel of Mary Magdalene, the Gospel of Doubting Thomas, the Apocryphon of John. Holy fuck, dude, that's a bombshell. It would have fucked up everything for their plans on how to weaponize their Gospels in order to establish world domination, essentially, and to convert everyone to a Christian dystopia. Zionism is basically that, as far as I'm aware, but for Judaism. And not in the way that it disrupts the status quo, but that it upholds it. Hope that makes sense. Hopefully I explained that correctly. To be fair, the folks at the Council of Nicaea were asshats, yeah. Zionists cherry-pick verses justify their crimes. No different than the fundamentalists here, yeah. Just like how Islamists cherry-pick the Quran, yeah, and you know, and that's why you have different sects that are like, might be pretty overlapping, maybe even the same on some issues, but one is like, jihad, no, we don't need that. And then you have the other one that literally like is like with a posse of like bombs and AK-47s, and they have like their own flag and shit, and they're like, no, we're going in. Yeah, there's some crazy wedge issues when it comes down to other religions. Then you look into them, it's like they agree on this and that, and then this, realms apart. It's crazy, man. After sleepless nights with nightmares, it's time I removed myself from social media for a bit. I couldn't bring myself to stop posting because silence felt like compliance, like an endorsement. We Jews number only 16 million globally. I had to check that because I did not believe that initially. It's true. There's only technically 16 million Jews throughout the world. Thus, every voice felt important to raise. I want everyone, especially those with a platform who spoke out against Hamas and its genocide on Jews. There it is again. Here's the thing. Hold up. This is actually anti-Semitic. Hold up. Wait. Hold on. Whoa. I want everyone, especially those with a platform who spoke out against Hamas and its genocide on Jews. You mean on Israelis and Zionists? There's Jews who don't live in Israel, and there's Jews who don't believe in Zionism. There are Jews who are pro-Palestinian liberation. Why are you equating the people who live in Israel with the word Jews? That is such a broad, encompassing term that does not exclusively belong to Israel. It belongs to Jews as a people globally, not just Israel. Holy fuck, I'm not gonna lie, this comes off very pro-Zionism. You can't just conflate Israelis and Jews like that and with an affirmative attitude on it and not be pro-Zionist. Also, the state of Israel has effectively wiped out the Yiddish language, which was used for centuries by Jewish people around the world. Hebrew imposition, basically. That sounds fucked. Jesus Christ, dude. God damn. Anyways, that's a thing. To know that your words meant the world. Our slaughter, Jesus Christ, our slaughter is not some political discourse to go left or right. Every word you speak on behalf of us demonstrates this. By the way, more Palestinian people for many, many years makes what happened in Israel pale in comparison. Far less Israelis died at the hands of Hamas than the Palestinians have died for a very long time, like maybe like a century almost, at the hands of Israel. I also want the creators who are inciting and endorsing the massacres to be held to account. And I also agree with this. The streamers who perpetuated lies that Hamas was not genocidal, they are, and had modernized and were a legitimate government should be ashamed by the masses. Yes. This level of anti-Semitism and incitement of genocide is not on Rumble or Telegram or wherever neo-Nazis populate now. This was done on Twitch, YouTube, and X, and other mainstream platforms. Hold them to account. End your subscriptions. Voice your protest. Never again is now. So, yeah. So here's the thing. I agree with aristocracy in the sense that, like, people who have been, like, vehemently pro-Hamas should absolutely be ashamed of themselves. Fuck them, fuck Hamas, fuck them all very hard and raw with STD-ridden spiritual cocks. At the same time, though, aristocracy, her language is ringing alarm bells like a motherfucker in my head. Yeah, especially this one right here, where you just have this, like, loaded, emotionally charged fucking language and this conflation of Jews when really she was talking about people who live in Israel, whether they're Jewish or not, whether they're pro-Palestinian liberation or not, whether or not they're anti-Zionist or pro-Zionist. She conflated Jews with people who live in Israel because she's talking about the Hamas and its genocide on, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's who she's talking about. Unless Hamas is attacking every Jew throughout the world, which is not the case, then she's talking about people who live in Israel. So that's anti-Semitic. Okay? Sorry, it is. And our slaughter is like a rhetorical begging for people to sympathize with her argument and people who she sympathizes with, rather than taking a more nuanced approach to this subject. That is fucking dishonest, and I don't appreciate it. That's very manipulative. It's like therapy speak for, like, genociding other people, and the moment that you get you stub your toe we should all grovel to you. Okay, no, fuck you. Israel has killed 9 UN staff, paramedics, in an airstrikes on Gaza. AOC right here says the population of Gaza is about 2 million, nearly half are children. Millions of innocent people cannot be made to pay for Hamas's horror. Collective punishment is a war crime. So are blockades to food and water. We cannot allow dehumanization to descend into further atrocity. Here's the thing. War crime, war crime, war crime, war crime. White people, let's do like 8 crusades into the Middle East, then topple the Ottomans, and then steal all of the resources through multiple wars, and then steal a whole ass country from them. Also white people. Why is there no peace in the Middle East? Stop being so fucking accurate. What the fuck, dude? That's... Just listen, if you want to be okay, listen, stop. That's way too smart. That's way too good of a take. I need people to know this specifically as a tactic Israel has employed repeatedly over the years. To clarify what happened today, Israel gave permission to the Red Crescent medical teams to enter the bombarded areas to rescue the wounded. As soon as they entered, they were directly targeted and the paramedics were killed. That's that. I just realized, oh, okay. No one saw anything bad, right? Anyways, that made me freak out. Israel killed them. And they knew that they were there. That's what they did. That's a war crime. That's a war crime. Just like how the mother of the quartering is also a war criminal. Forever thinking that the quartering's existence was ever a good idea. Politics L's, put this screenshot up. Okay, so we got this going on. Why don't you care? Both Muslims and Jews hate Christians. They've been killing us for as long as they have been killing each other. This conflict is none of my business. Let them fight. Okay, so that is an extremely fucked up approach to this situation. The quartering. Wow.
Oh my God! That means whatever you say after this is wrong.
Candy corn down here. Jews have been killing Christians. Limfal. When I'm not even surprised that quarter poundering went mask off with his anti-Semitism, since that dude literally got upset as someone who was denouncing Hitler. Oh wait, hold up. There's another one. Why are you pretending to care about Jewish people when you accept sponsorship deals from Nazis? Save 10% with quartering 10 at AntelopeHillPublishing.com. Antelope Hill Publishing is an American white nationalist publisher based in Montgomery County, Pennsylvania. It is known for selling translations of historical works by Nazis, fascists, and ultranationalists, as well as new works by far-right writers. It was founded in 2020. Imagine that. I'm not surprised. When the quartering responded to Ethan, okay? We're going to talk about this in a second. Don't worry about it. The quartering says, Ethan, people told you these are the people you've been courting. This is Hassan's viewership. They celebrate terror against Jews. Just look at your comment sections and live chat. This is an important learning moment for you as they've gone full mask off. That's so crazy, bro. That's so crazy. You could just be like, yo, hey, let me tell you about these people who apparently hate Jews, and I totally don't. My name's the quartering. How many bird app tabs? Okay, listen, I don't get on my case about how many tabs I have, okay? We're gonna get through this, okay? We're gonna get through this, okay? Stop judging me. This is racism. You're anti-white. So this is pretty based and pretty true. Published in 2004. Bam. That's it. No more Mr. Nice Guy. That's literally what just happened, okay? I'm not going to say that Hamas did anything good, but like in comparison to what Israel has been doing to the Gaza Strip and the Palestinian people in general, It's literally like, whoop-oo, that's it, no more Mr. Nice Guy. Like, that's, come on, bro. Accurate, yes. If it wasn't already obvious, Marco Rubio is just giving the whole game away. The express purpose of the U.S. aid to Israel is genocide of the Palestinian people. Any member of Congress that does not vote against it is complicit. Absolutely. I've argued this before, that if we don't do something drastic when it comes down to a relationship with Israel, we are complicit in the genocide of an entire people. Jake Tapper asks, is there a way for Israel to destroy Hamas without causing massive casualties against the innocent people? Innocent people of the Gaza Strip, and roughly 1 million of them are children. Marco Rubio responds, I don't think Israel can be expected to coexist or find some diplomatic off-ramp with these savages. These are people, as you've been reporting, that deliberately targeted teenage girls, women, and children, and the elderly. I don't know if that's for sure been confirmed or not, but I wouldn't be too surprised because they are jihadists. Anyways, not just for rape and murder and then dumping their bodies off in the streets of Gaza where the crowds can then defile their lifeless bodies. That sounds like a bit of emotional language propaganda from a typical conservative like Marco Rubio. They're just horrifying things. We don't know the full extent of it yet. There's more to come in the days and weeks ahead. You can't coexist with that. They have to be eradicated. What do you think of Bernie's statements? I agree with them. He seems to get it. I have not seen Bernie's statements. Oh, god damn it. That was probably, well, maybe it's not. Oh. Maybe I'll include that right about here.
Fuck Palestine! Palestine to my dick! Kill all Palestinians! All of them! Not one left from the river to the sea. Palestine will be deceased! And Israel need to do like this. You see? Now Gaza. Like this. Gaza need to do like this. Or like this, but all this Jewish. Two options.
What do you think the response should be to Gaza?
We gotta wipe them off the fucking
That's
map.
it.
I'm talking about every fucking flatten them like a parking lot.
Yeah,
They're flattening them out once and for
There's
all. Get rid of that.
nothing else you can do. They proved to us that there's nothing else you can do. We tried, and
We tried everything. It doesn't work.
We tried everything, guys, you know, except for like treating them like humans. We've tried everything, you know, other than giving them civil and human rights. We've tried everything, guys. You know, I mean, the freedom thing, we haven't tried that, but I've tried everything, you know.
We have to wipe them flat
We
off
tried
the
every
fucking
war
map.
crime.
Like a fucking parking lot.
Like a fucking parking lot.
till all Arabs are wiped out.
I think now it's the time that we need to erase Gaza. There is people inside, our people inside, that kidnap, and now we need to kill all of them and free Israel. All of their belief is killing Jewish and killing and murder our people.
Flatten it. Flatten Gaza.
That will be the last war in Gaza.
This will be.
Yes, it should be.
Absolutely anti-human bullshit. Here's what we're not going to do. We will not allow bigotry to destroy our community and city in this devastating moment. Islamophobia, anti-Semitism, and victim blaming cannot be tolerated. We can and will reject it all, not hard. We must focus on the lives currently at stake. So there have been a lot of stories. Hi MILF. Hi. There have been a lot of stories around this situation. I gotta be honest with you. I don't know at this point. I don't know. I'll tell you what I mean in a second. Hamas dissected a pregnant woman's body, but it's actually a report. The Sabra and Shatila massacre, where Israeli soldiers did that to a Palestinian woman. Hamas keeps babies in cages, but the images show Palestinian babies caged by the Israeli military. What a circus. Like, there's definitely been massive amounts of propaganda around this. We have seen it on television. We have heard it on the radio. We see it on social media. It's on YouTube. It's on Twitch. It's on fucking everywhere. There's been so much pro-Israel anything and everything. It is blowing my fucking mind. The propaganda is also, it's not even subtle. It's not even subtle, dude. But I will be honest. I've deactivated my Twitter and deleted the app. I don't blame you. I will be honest. I don't know at this point. I am inconclusive on this shit. I'm inconclusive. Israel is now dropping white phosphorus incendiaries on Lebanon, an illegal chemical weapon that, when last used by them in Lebanon, killed over 20,000 people in Beirut and over 1,200 people in the south. Mother, I am so sorry you have to see this again. The disinformation does not stop, it only accelerates. Cheyenne is doing excellent work tracking it. I recommend following them. Latest, shocking, is Israel Air Force drops white phosphorus bombings in Gaza. Okay, so we see this. Next over. Ukrainian sources report that the Russians have been using incendiary munition in the town of Vuhledar. It's the same spot. It's the same spot. That is the same fucking picture. That is the same place. That is the same fucking thing. I don't know. I don't even know. Then this happened literally right before I pressed go live to go straight to start stream. Breaking. Israel. This is the Human Rights Watch now in the source reposted it. Breaking. Israel has used white phosphorus in military operations in Gaza and Lebanon, putting civilians at risk of serious and long-term injuries. White phosphorus causes excruciating burns. It can set homes on fire. Its use in populated areas is unlawful. And war crimes. War crimes, by the way. Yes, it's a war crime. Quit fucking using it. And maybe go to jail for the rest of your life and get fucked by everyone there. Fuck you. If you're using white phosphorus, fuck you. But if it's propaganda, why is it being propagandized and who's doing it? I don't even know, dude. I gotta be honest, I don't know what my take is on this. Cause it's fucking with me, bro. We have officially entered, we may have at least, officially entered the age of Metal Gear Solid 2 Sons of Liberty. Look at this shit. The official Twitter of the Israeli embassy in Panama is unironically trying to push an AI photo as real. I cannot stress enough, given the past 3 days, how ill-prepared most of you, are for the coming disinformation age. Look at this. And look at this. This is the original picture right here. Okay? Guy's face is fucked up. The guy has some weird oxygen tank glasses deal. Some of these faces, some of these people's faces look like really small, or just uncanny in some way. Okay, but here's the other thing: context. Many have pointed out the distortions in the photo may indicate it was an AI-generated image, leading to claims that Israel is releasing fake war propaganda. However, this appears to be a filter effect on a real photo, as other angles from the airport gathering have emerged. So we can see there are other angles here. It doesn't change the fact that what I said is true. We have entered the age of Metal Gear Solid 2 Sons of Liberty. It's happened. We're here. We're here. Because I don't know. And it's driving me fucking nuts, dude. I don't know. I think this is a real photo. But the thing is that I don't blame this person for saying that this is an AI photo. I don't blame them, because this is some AI looking shit. You see this shit. How many of them have too many or too few fingers? Yeah, it's probably a real photo. It's probably a real photo, and it's probably true that there was some AI fucking filter effects to maybe make it more crispy and sharp, maybe to improve the quality of the photo. But the fact is that you cannot blame people for confusing AI upscaling with AI generated photographs. You can't, because that just looks off, dude. And so now everyone's gonna look at every single photo of every single little fucking anything and everything with skepticism now. And you think that Israel wouldn't do something like this? Even if they didn't do that with this, what, you think they wouldn't? It's fucking Israel, dude. They've lied about everything. Everything. They've lied about everything. Even the LA Times reported the babies thing. Yeah, and I don't think we still don't have any conclusive evidence of that, right? Hamas, however, the videos I've seen of when they initially invaded Israel, okay, when they initially went in there and started shooting up the fucking place, okay, they're fucking crazy, insane fanatics that would absolutely take AK-47s to babies. I believe that because it's fucking Hamas. It's fucking Hamas. These jihadist motherfuckers are analogous to America's worst Christian fundamentalists. Absolutely. Absolutely. So I don't trust them for a single fucking second. Neither do I trust fucking Israel. So maybe they did kill those babies. Maybe they didn't, and it's Israeli propaganda. Both are equally fucking possible here. I don't know anymore. All I know is, again, the title of the stream and the title of this video when it arrives on YouTube. All of you suck. And all of your takes are dog shit. Just quit killing people, man. Quit killing people. Quit fucking... Just like, stop. Stop, dude. The fuck is wrong with all of you? You're all fucking stupid. And heartless, mindless fucking beasts who could just, I don't know, humanize each other for fucking once. This shit is, we're thousands, plural, thousands of years into this fucking conflict. I've got an idea. How about you historically grow the fuck up and suck my fucking dick? There's children here. On both sides. There are Israeli children, there are Palestinian children who have nothing to fucking do with your fucking historical fucking presidented bullshit. I don't give a fuck. Who stole whose land from who? Work it out. Work it the fuck out. Be a fucking man, be a fucking woman, be a fucking adult. Work the shit out. Like, it's so fucking... Again, how the fuck is kindness and greater good shit so effortless in my mind, and yet for so many other human beings it's like, no, my self-interest comes before anyone else. My self-interest is more important than yours, especially if I'm white and you're brown. It's like, fuck you, dude. No, suck my dick, kiss my asshole, or fuck off out of this plane of existence. Jesus Christ, there are kids. David Dole says, seems weird for anyone to be more vocal about the random Twitter freak supporting Hamas's violence on civilians instead of an actual government, with Western support subjugating and occupying civilians in the open-air prison of Gaza for decades.
Hold up. Let's let bro cook.
Thank you. Thank you. It's really fucking simple, dude. It's really fucking simple. Jesus Christ, dude. If you truly believe that Israel's apartheid is at the root of this violence, which it is, true, then it's incredibly bizarre to then celebrate the violence you blame them for. Yes. 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 And now we get to Frogan.
I did everything right and they indicted me.
The amount of people who claim to be against violence and death yet are advocating for the genocide of Palestinians is very much confusing to me. 2.5 years ago, thinking about how my entire timeline has been posting about the occupation Palestinians face, acting as this is a new situation when this has been happening for decades. Okay, I'm gonna be straight up. I'm gonna be straight up.
I'm gonna drop a hot take that people aren't gonna like.
I really fucking hate it when you've got these people who were like, you know, oh, new leftists learning stuff that's been going on for a long time, and now you're just now learning it, even though it's been going on for a while, and I've known about it longer than you, but you're just now learning about it? You're stupid. Bro, I'm just learning something after you did. Fuck off. Suck my asshole, dude. Jesus Christ. What is wrong with people who approach situations like this, bro? Like, it's just like, it's been going on for decades. Yeah, and some people, funny enough, haven't been even alive for decades. And they're just learning this shit. Suck my asshole. What the fuck? Destiny has been going off, supposedly. I don't give a fuck. Fuck Destiny. Unless he's saying something correct for once, then okay, maybe I'll give him 1 day of praises. The same thing happened in Syria a few years back. Everybody started becoming aware of what was happening years too late, by the way. That happens. That's the way information fucking travels. You dumb bitch. Shut up. And then they forget about it. Syria's still suffering, by the way, because there's a fucking flood of information in the 21st century where your fucking attention is pulled in 100 different directions at fucking once. Suck my asshole. Jesus Christ. Stop expecting perfection from people. Jesus Christ, I am frustrated. I don't know if it's because I was literally raised knowing everything going on. That is why. And everything that Israel has done since they have personally impacted my family in Lebanon. That is why. But do better. How can we? We're not you. I am sitting here wondering how long until people don't care about Palestine. People get distracted. People cannot think of everything all at once at the same time for all the time. Okay? That's not something that we're capable of doing. Okay? Frogan, fuck off. Jesus Christ, the uncharitability is fucking killing me. Him and that Blair bitch made me deactivate and delete. I'm not surprised. I don't blame you. Yeah, fuck Blair White too. Now we got Karl Marx, okay? Someone who I follow and I think he's pretty based. Very funny that she's acting like people are critical of her because she's Muslim. And not just because she literally said that Western leftists should endorse a war crime. Isn't she American? Would she cheer the same way if her neighbors were bombed for being from the US? In question. Leftists preach and foam at the mouth at the thought of a revolution happening in America, but as soon as it happens in the Middle East, what they're doing is wrong. There's no confusing that.
Oh my God, that means whatever you say after this is wrong.
There's no confusing this. There's no confusing this. Okay? I want to make that very clear. There's no confusing this. To say this, unless she misspoke, I'm willing to be that charitable. But over here, you will see that I have her streams up. Okay? I guess her internet went down or something and she had to restart stream. Okay? So I have these two right over here. Okay? Where she's talking with her chat about everything. Okay? I watched Shark 300 last night talk about this, and he went over, said VOD clips, whatever, and she tries to jujitsu this shit. She tries to pretzel this shit and make it seem like as if what she said was not calling Hamas's actions revolutionary. The thought of a revolution happening in America, leftists are all soying at and stuff, you know. But if it happens in the Middle East, what they're doing is wrong. Well, as soon as what happens in the Middle East? What are you implying? And at what time frame did this tweet come out? What context are we having this conversation? We know she's talking about Hamas. Not every revolution has to be done through terrorism. This is true, Epic Prawn. Absolutely. In this amount of time, folks had already ignored Nagorno-Karabakh. I'm going to be honest with you. Yo.
I'm going to drop a hot take that people aren't going to like.
I don't know what that is. Which further proves my point that, like, dude, like, not everything can, like, acquire and absorb all knowledge at the same time about every little single fucking thing all the fucking time, every fucking time, throughout all of time. That's not a thing. Our brains are fucking, are meatballs and vats of soup under a rather fragile shell of bone. Okay. Oh, the Second Armenian Genocide. Okay. So I don't know what the fuck that is, but I know what the Second Armenian Genocide is. I just don't know it by name. You see what I'm talking about, man? Like, not everyone's fucking perfect, Frogan. Like, I'm sorry. Like, you gotta have some more charitability than that. This is probably my last tweet on the matter, but I just found it amusing because if any white person responded to a mass shooting like this, they'd be rightfully shit on to hell and back. Thank you for being silly, though, Frogan. It's great to be able to show people what not to do. Yeah, absolutely. Okay, and here's the thing. Like, she fucking responds to Karl Marx, okay? Can you actually not just condemn them? She says, white people are so insane, I wish I was as smooth-brained as people on this website. She says after giving smooth brain takes. Watch my streams, honey. Okay, all right. So basically, you're saying give me viewership revenue, give me profits from views, in order for you to know my positions. Well, you can't just explain it here. You can't just explain it. You can't just explain it here right now on Twitter. You can't just do it. You can't just do it like right now. What I have to give you money. I have to give you clout in order for you to be able to explain your position? Okay, that's interesting. How about you read your tweets? Yeah. How about you read your tweets? Jesus Christ, bro. No, I will get to that in a second. Karl Marx says, what's it like not being able to differentiate between a theocratic terrorist organization and a freedom movement? And yeah, this is also crazy. Excuse me, Lamau, do you know what Hamas actually believes? What are you doing? Lady, please, there is a massive difference between being pro-Palestine and pro-Hamas. What's it like to be brain dead? That is psychotic. That is not the appropriate response, Frogan. How is it brain dead? Number one. Number two, why do you think it's brain dead? Number three, if you think there's a difference between being pro-Palestine and pro-Hamas, then what about that difference is brain dead? And why do you think he's brain dead? That is such a sane response. I don't get it. Whatever. So she links this to that, okay? Which is, I have no interest in qualifying everything I say about Israel with also Hamas is bad too. Reminds me of Americans demanding Muslims to apologize for Islamic terror after 9/11. The implications are just racism, and I'm not entertaining it while Israel commits genocide. So listen, as even-tempered and understandable as this tweet by itself is, I agree with everything this guy just said. However, read your tweets, honey. Watch my stream. Watch your tweets. Watch my stream. Watch my tweets. Watch my tweets. What are you talking about? I have no interest in qualifying everything I say. Mind you, that's what this is the same fucking thing that she linked in response to Karl Marx saying, what's it like to not be able to differentiate between a theocratic organization and a freedom movement, between being pro-Hamas or pro-Palestinian liberation. She links this as a response to that, saying, I have no interest in qualifying everything I say about Israel with also Hamas bad, when she clearly says that Hamas isn't fucking bad, they're revolutionary. Suck my dick, you manipulative fucking bitch. Are you kidding me? I see through your shit. You're trying to save face. You're trying to save face. But I do agree with that message as a sentiment. Individually. So does Alec Gunter. Reporters at Israel supporters. So tell us about your personal feelings on this and how we... let me reread that. What the fuck? I'm sorry. Reporters at Israel supporters. So tell us about your personal feelings on this and how you feel we can solve the violence. Reporters at Palestine supporters. Do you condemn Hamas? 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 Yeah, very interesting. But do you condemn Hamas? Yeah. So yeah, this as an individual tweet, as an individual sentiment, I totally understand. People who are pro Palestinian liberation should not always have to qualify every single thing that they say about Israel with, by the way, Hamas is also cringe. Yeah, they shouldn't have to do that, you know. But I will say, given some of the shit that she has been saying about Hamas, hey, honey, sorry, you kind of do now. You opened this fucking Pandora's box now. Okay, you open this Pandora's box by basically implying that Hamas is a revolutionary group. This is what you did. You opened this can of worms now, especially after all of the stupid shit you were saying in response to Karl Marx. Like, dude, you may as well have just said that they're revolutionary, okay? No one is expected to condemn these counter-protesters because their explicit calls for genocide are echoed throughout our mainstream media by IDF officials, the president, and almost every single elected representative. This is the double standard every Palestinian knows all too well. So with that being said, fuck Israel, because this is true. By the way, I would also like to point out that for some reason, white people were brought into this. I don't know why. I don't know what the implication, or I don't know what brought this. I don't know. I don't know what bridged the gap here. This is literally just like my YT leftist video that I came out with like 2 months ago during the Soul Bunny foreign man in a foreign land fucking drama bullshit that was happening. Basically, like, you know, they were just like in the most therapy talk and manipulative way possible, just kind of saying, hey, we wish white people were dead. Yeah, so Frogan here was like, white people are so insane. I wish I was as smooth brain as people on this website. Like she said right here. Whimsical, I love you, girl. Jesus Christ. So you're just a racist. Thank you. White people be like, if you don't say you don't support Hamas, then you support Hamas. Meanwhile, they actively support a genocidal regime. So I say, sadly, I am a white. Real question though. If I condemn Israel as the racist, genocidal, theocratic, fascist apartheid state that it is, and also condemn Hamas for terrorism, and I ask you to condemn Hamas, would you still tweet this? Hello? Because like the implication of this tweet is, first of all, white people, blanket statement right there, blanket statement. Be like, if you don't say that you don't support Hamas, then you support Hamas. Meanwhile, they actively support a genocidal regime. What is the genocidal regime? Israel. So basically, like, if I say, well, fuck both of them, what do you have to say to me, a white person? What do you have to say to me then? Stop the generalizations, dude. It's fucking cringe. Condemning Hamas doesn't do anything. You could say Hamas is an extremist organization all you want, but the moment you also explain why Palestinians are fighting against Israel and why Hamas has any of the power it does, racist ass fools implicitly supporting Israel conflate them. I mean, that's not a bad reply. I disagree with it. No, I do. No, that's fair enough. That's fair enough. That's a fair reply. No, that's not cringe. That's not cringe. That's fair. My thing is that, like, to me, this weird out of nowhere white people be like shit is like so out of pocket. It's so out of pocket. Like, you may as well just say like, all white people are racist and evil. You may as well just say that. And to be quite honest, here I am, Greyecraft here, no longer being afraid to just say it. There are some leftists who are non-white who just want white people to die. So, yeah, gonna start asking white people if they condemn every mass shooting that happens. First of all, that's stupid as fuck, all right? Yes, every mass shooting, other than like 5 every 6 years, are done by white people. And yes, white people be whiting everywhere, and it's really annoying. Pretty much every mass shooting is done by white, especially conservative, let alone far right, Christian cisgender men. Typically, okay? So let's not exclude this, because this is true. However, if you reply to this saying Lamau at pressed Mayo demons on your mentions, bro, can we stop pretending, please? Can we stop pretending that there aren't non-white leftists who just hate white people? Like, for real.
Hold up. Let's let bro cook.
You can't just say shit like Mayo demons and suddenly make Israel and Palestine into a white people be like discourse. You're fishing for racist comments that are in support or sympathetic to your arguments as a minority woman, as a Muslim woman, okay? Stop it. Stop. I see through your fucking shit. It's manipulative as fuck, and it's so, like, disgusting. It's disgusting. Stop it. Okay. In all fairness, white people do in fact be like. They do in fact be like. You know. But Gray, I say shit like mayo demons. Okay, but like, but you're allowed to. It's just, I get, okay, so here's the thing. Like, if you say, you know, these silly mayo demons, like, okay, I feel like there's an air of joking there that I just don't think is here. And, like, okay, this is a serious question, I feel like. Gonna start asking white people if they condemn every mass shooting that happens. I feel like that is a slight on white people, right? To condemn every mass shooting that happens. And then this is the response to that serious slight on white people, okay? I don't think the mayo demon is a joke. I think it's like, no, I think white people are mayo demons. You know, like they're beneath, which is like not okay. So Sock Darling says this, and in response, Blacked Hat Guy says, spoiler alert, she doesn't. She believes white people have the absolute right to do it, but brown people need only apply peaceful protest. So that's uncharitable as fuck and is a completely unfair view. I think, you know, to say this, you know, is a good thing. And I think it's a strong possibility that this person, Sock Darling, thinks that this is true. You know, thinks that this is a based thing to think, and they think it, and they authentically think it, not to appear based, but because they are based. And to have this take on this person without really knowing them at all, spoiler alert, is cringe. So then she responds, leftists call Israelis white so they can use their belief that all white people are ontologically evil to justify their violent anti-Semitism. Instead of rightly criticizing the violent right-wing Israeli government, they do backflips to justify their hatred of all Jews. Gotta say, rip them apart. Rip them apart. Terrorism bad. I bet you would say that if the terrorist was white, you fascist lib. Yeah, no. So Twitter's a fucking cancer. Finally, Ethan Klein. People are talking about me unfollowing Frogan, so I'll explain why. Since she wants to talk about it. Murdering children and burning families alive in their safe houses is not a revolution. It's a massacre. And if you think that's what a revolution is supposed to... It's a massacre. And if you think that's what a revolution is supposed to look like, I'm terrified for your idea of an American revolution. Okay, so here's the tweet again, right? And on Discord, somebody leaked this. Ethan probably was like, this damn Arab supports Hamas. Ethan, I'll support the IDF. Refollow me. Why am I sad? Lamau. Ethan Klein unfollowed me. Lamau. Yeah. So, and to be quite frank, it's a sad day when even Shoe on Head is agreeable. So we went over this exchange earlier, and she just says LOL over it, which I gotta say, pretty true. Pretty true. Yeah, it's pretty true. Yeah, if you want to check these out yourself, I don't feel like going over them, honestly. I think I'm kind of done with the segment, almost done. But, you know, maybe I'll include it in the description or something if you would like further context, if you'd like to hear her out yourself. I know that, again, I watched this with Shark the other night when he was streaming. And yeah, there's a lot of points in there where she's clearly just trying to save face and is like trying to be like, no, I do think Hamas is bad. No, I do think Hamas is bad. But I'm going to keep all my tweets up. So, like, you know, she doesn't condemn anything that she says or anything like that. You know, it's just kind of just trying to pretend like she's a cute little bean. Kitty? Eventually. I'll give you Kitty in a bit. Oh, by the way, Jackson Ankle is still a dumb fuck. You cannot convince me these people's brains aren't made of mashed potatoes. Israel has ended the Ukraine war. like the war in Ukraine ended the deadly pandemic. A true miracle. You're stupid. You're all stupid. You're all stupid, and your parents should be thrown in jail for allowing you to live. You are why I'm pro-choice. Yeah. That's dumb. And you know, it is a world-shatteringly complicated and nuanced, deeply nuanced situation. When even Andrew Tate has a W. I can't believe it.
Hold up.
Whoa.
Let's let bro cook.
Let's let bro cook for a second, okay? Hang on a second. The worst person you know did something good. The fuck. Yeah, so we even have Andrew Tate here. I know, but regardless of your politics, children are innocent. And I should be able to traffic them. I mean, we are preparing hundreds of hot meals to feed families which have fled from the bombing. A lot of nice looking soup.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi. Allah, it is so dangerous situation here in north of Syria. A lot of bombing, a lot of messes. Many murders, many people. Hundreds of families escaped from dangerous, from bombing areas to the safe area. Thank you very much to the brothers and war room. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept from you all. As you can see, alhamdulillah, now we're preparing hot meals to hundreds of families. Jazakumullah khair. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept from you all. May Allah bless you. Jazakumullah.
Okay, so between the acoustics, how thick his accent is, and all of the noise in the background, I didn't hear a fucking word he just said. But obviously he's making a lot of food. He and other people are making a lot of food for a lot of disenfranchised and disempowered and oppressed peoples. And that's based. I actually kind of want to try their food. I'm not going to lie, it looks good as fuck. So that's good. That's good. Yeah. So there's that. Bernie came out with a statement on the Senator Sanders account. Hamas's terrorist assault on Israel will have horrific short and long-term consequences. As a result of this attack, thousands of Israelis and Palestinians, including many women and children, have been killed and injured. That toll will rise. The gunning down of young Israelis at a music festival is an image the world will not soon forget. Longer term, this attack is a major setback for any hope of peace and reconciliation in the region. Yeah, let's get one thing straight real quick. A one-state solution, a two-state solution, that neighbor around the corner, then they only get a basement under a house that is like charred and moldy. None of that is happening. There's nothing that will happen. There's no hope. They want them all dead. It is what it is. And justice for the Palestinian people. For years, people of goodwill throughout the world, including some brave Israelis, have struggled against the blockade of Gaza, the daily humiliations of occupation in the West Bank, and the horrendous living conditions faced by so many Palestinians. For many, it is no secret that Gaza has been an open-air prison, as admitted, by the way, by the IDF themselves, with millions of people struggling to secure basic necessities. Hamas's terrorism will make it much more difficult to address that tragic reality and will embolden extremists on both sides, the only correct both sidesism that there's ever been, continuing the cycle of violence. Right now, the international community must focus on reducing humanitarian suffering and protecting innocent people on both sides of this conflict. The targeting of civilians is a war crime, period. No matter who does it. Israel's blanket denial of food, water, and other necessities to Gaza is a serious violation of international law and will do nothing but harm innocent civilians. The United States has rightly offered solidarity and support to Israel in response to Hamas's attack, but we must also insist on restraint from Israeli forces attacking Gaza and work to secure UN humanitarian access. Let us not forget that half of the 2 million of people in Gaza are children. Children and innocent people do not deserve to be punished for the acts of Hamas. Based and even-tempered, balanced take right there. It doesn't exactly have this exact language, maybe not the exact sentiment that I personally hold, but if anything is the closest to it, it is that sentiment. Yes, it is that statement. That was good. That was good. Make it more difficult. They've been blockaded since 1982. It's 2023. If their freedom hasn't come yet, what makes you think it ever was gonna come? Yeah, no, that's how I feel about it too. I wish his optimism was more realistic, but it's not gonna happen. There's no hope for one state, two state, any state solution. They just want to glass that entire region of any single Palestinian soul. They want them all gone because Israel is fascist. And Hamas, the terrorist organization that it is, did Israel that favor. Probably because they were hoping that would be the result from, I don't know, when Netanyahu was fucking funding it. That someday something like this would happen. And whoever's lives would be taken inside Israel would be the necessary and it's all worth it at the end, ends justify the means type of shit that would necessitate a response, a retaliation from Israel against all Palestinian people and completely carpet bomb everything until everything is made of glass. Apparently the squad called for a ceasefire, and they're getting blasted for it.
We're trying to grow the channel as much as possible. All right, so let's go ahead and dive into it. So there's an article here in the New York Post. Squad representatives blasted for calling for ceasefire following Hamas attack on Israel. Congressional squad members were blasted for urging a ceasefire in the Middle East after Hamas fighters killed hundreds of Israelis Saturday in a shocking sneak attack that led to Israel to launch retaliatory strikes. So AOC and other pro-Palestine representatives condemned the cruel terror assault, but also called for all violence to stop as Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu declared Israel was at war. Quote, "Today is devastating for all those seeking a lasting peace and respect for human rights," AOC said in a statement. "I condemn Hamas's attack in the strongest possible terms. No child and family should ever endure this kind of violence and fear, and this violence will not solve the ongoing oppression and occupation in the region. An immediate ceasefire and de-escalation is urgently needed to save lives."
Period.
Representative Ilhan Omar, in part of her statement, also condemned the horrific acts against children, women, the elderly, and the unarmed people who are being slaughtered and taken hostage by Hamas, while calling for de-escalation.
This shit is so simple. It's so simple. And I know there's so many fucking genocide addicted freaks out there who will absolutely see this call for a ceasefire and be like, oh, you're pro Hamas. Okay, well, we should kill you too. Fuck you. Just suck my fucking dick, dude. There should absolutely be a ceasefire, which brings me to my take. Not everyone's going to agree with my take, but whatever, that's fine. I'm still going to share it. Here's my hot take. Hamas is a terrorist organization, and most of the Palestinians don't even support these bloodthirsty, barbaric, reactionary cultists of cruelty. But Israel should have had the self-awareness to have seen this coming. Zionism is responsible for this atrocity. Also, leftists who support or give a pass to Hamas are not fucking revolutionaries. Hamas is decimating innocent people who, regardless of the personal views or beliefs, have nothing to do with the apartheid policies of the government. Hamas is almost indistinguishable from ISIS. However, maybe Israel's oppressive tendencies as a state resulting from the fucking Holocaust, yet acting like Nazis themselves, provoked this response from such extremism. If Israel was more humanizing and amicable to the Palestinian people, this could have been prevented. But Zionism, as the theocratic, anti-human mind virus that it is, sits at the heart of this conflict become war. And simultaneously, Hamas's actions are completely uncalled for and condemnable. If the world wants a solution to this where all parties are satisfied, then heed this. The US must pull all of our economic and military investment and aid to Israel, and also threaten Hamas with US intervention at the same time, unless they both agree on Hamas retreating and a ceasefire. If Israel wants our money and tech, and Palestine wants their own safe space in the region, then the U.S. needs to flex the power of our influence and force a reconciliation before more lives are taken and their families destroyed. Hamas are deplorable terrorists, and Israel is an ethno-religious supremacist apartheid state. Both are bad, both must be stopped. And the U.S. can stop all of it through soft power and diplomacy. If we don't intervene, we too are complicit. Period. Don't fuck with my big brain. It's very wrinkly. I think that that's pretty much the only way we're going to see any sort of somewhat peaceful resolution to any of this, is if the U.S. is like, hey, if you want Hamas to stop attacking you, and if you want any of our money and tech, then stop attacking Palestinians forever. We'll give you money. We'll give you tech. Fine. I don't think we should, but we could use it as a leverage, as collateral. Be like, listen, if you don't stop this assault on innocent Palestinian people just because of what Hamas did to you, and don't permanently stop it, then we will permanently stop giving you money and tech, and we will declare you an enemy of all of humanity because you have like literally done every single war crime and broke every international law and every Geneva Convention and all of it. Over and over and over again, and we just let you get away with it because you're our little pet project. So, you know, if you want to continue to be a very powerful pet project, then you should stop doing this. And if we don't threaten Israel with basically bankrupting them, then, you know, we're complicit in what they do. This is as much of a war as men with wolves eating maggots, or men riding dragons throwing wolves and maggots. Yeah. I mean, here's the thing. Hamas wants to genocide Israel. Israel is genociding Palestinians. This is an important this is an important detail to keep in mind. And hello, Tudor. How are you doing? Welcome. In the words of Michael Brooks, rest in peace, there is no symmetry.
And is supported?
So it's not a complex issue. That's the big thing. It's super simple. There's one group that has enormous power. It's the most powerful country in the Middle East. It's backed by the United States. It acts on another population of people with total impunity and is never held accountable for anything. So there's no symmetry in the relationship, period. And just as like a thought experiment, IDW people, if we know that if somehow a population of Jewish refugees ended up in West Bank and Gaza, and an Arabic government in Jerusalem and Tel Aviv had an open-air prison in Jewish Gaza, which they bombed with white phosphorus, they killed civilians indiscriminately, and they had no provisions for medicine. They had an embargo that blocked food, that the electricity wasn't running, that there was an over 48% unemployment rate, life expectancy and malnutrition statistics were horrifying. One of the major policymakers in this hypothetical Arabic Palestinian state said, we need to put those Jews on a diet. In the West Bank, there was another Jewish area where there was a little bit more autonomy, but there was regular Arabic settlements where they pulled up the Jewish farmers' foods, they terrorized them with rocks, the security forces broke children's bones, and they couldn't drive on their own roads. We'd all have no problem understanding what that was. So there's nothing complex about it. The second part of your question, it's a pure asymmetry relationship. And the question is rights or not. So that's it. It's not complicated.
Period. Rights or not. Rights or not. Our revenge will be the laughter of our children. Well, we could probably end this off with a little bit of hopium, at least for the innocent Palestinian people who have nothing to do with Hamas or what they did to Israel or Israel's hope for all Palestinian people dying. We can look at this baby who successfully wasn't vaporized. See, the thing is, dude, is that, like, what gets me about shit like this is that, like, at some point in every human being's life, we were all this. You know what I mean? Like, at some point, funny enough, every human being was this thing. And we would have a bigger this thing, tickling a little this thing that we all have been at some point, and we would giggle. And we'd be happy. And for some reason, this is less important than making both of them just piles of soup on a dusty, debris-ridden street because we're Israel and we're better. For some reason, that's more important than just letting the baby giggle. You know what I mean? And recognizing that they too, in Israel, were no different than that baby because we've all been babies. And we've all wanted love, and we have all wanted happiness and fun. So, I just, it's sad. It's sad, and it's just truly fucked. So, fuck Hamas, but free Palestine. Fuck Israel. Fuck Zionism, but not fuck the Jews. Nuance is important in situations like this. Please don't be stupid, and have some fucking empathy and compassion. And, that's the end of that segment.